I have a story to share with you to start. So, when I was a teacher, there was a little guy named Damien, and he was one of those kids who would always get in trouble. And I hadn't been exposed to nonviolent communication yet, but I felt for the kid. He got in trouble a lot. And one of the days on the playground, he did something to another student, and I was the teacher on duty, and I came over, and I was really hoping to find a way to keep him from getting in trouble because, that's just got a sack to get in trouble all the time, right? So I was trying to explain to him, it looks like what you've done has really hurt this other student. Do you think you could apologize? And he looked at me and he just, tension in his face. No. And so then I tried again, and I thought, if we do something that hurts another person, usually we try to make it better. We try to restore what might have been broken, or we check in to make sure that the person is okay, or we say, I'm sorry. And then he looked at me and he said, but what if I don't feel sorry inside? That really stuck with me. And I thought, then the bell rang and, everyone went back inside the school. But that story really stuck with me, because what if I don't feel like apologizing? What if I don't feel that sense of sorry inside me? Then what do I do? And, isn't that the truth? I think that we use those words, I'm sorry, a lot without, it's almost automatic probably, without really feeling that sense of I'm sorry in its fullness. I want to share another story with you that kind of highlights what could also constitute as an apology if we broaden our scope of what it means to say I'm sorry. My oldest was playing with friends at the side of a stream, the side of a river, and they were throwing rocks, and my son was really young and he had terrible aim, and when he went to release his rock, he threw it directly at his friend's nose. Blood gushing everywhere, tears, crying. It was a mess. It was like the poor kid was in so much pain. And I felt that urge inside me as a parent, like, oh, say you're sorry, say you're sorry. And I wanted to prompt my son to say sorry, but I also didn't, I had it in my head that I wanted him to actually feel that sense of regret in saying I'm sorry. I didn't want him to just say it blindly. Actually, that's not true. Part of me did just want him to say it because culturally that's what's expected. But the tricky part was he was actually denying that anything had happened at all. The blood gushing down his friend's face, the crying, he just, he couldn't even take it in. Nope, that didn't happen. No, I didn't throw a rock. He could not even acknowledge what was happening. So I went and said sorry and tried to convey my regret over what had happened. And when I tried talking to my son about it at home, it was the same thing. Nope, that didn't happen. Nope. And I was really unsure about how to move forward in a way that was aligned with my values of not wanting to push I'm sorry, but really wanting him to convey regret about what happened. The next play date that we had, I think it was 4 little boys. They were all going to play a character game, and each of them were going to take on a role. And one of the roles my son really never enjoyed playing. he would always kind of push back if the kids said that they wanted him to play that role. And so someone suggested that he play that role. He started to push back, and then the child who he had thrown the rock and it had hit the child in the nose said, "I really want you to play that role." And my son looked at him for a good long second and then said, "Okay." And he played that role not as like a form of self-punishment, but he played it with joy, like he played it with his heart. And their connection was restored through playing this game and him taking on this role that he didn't usually like to take, but his friend wanted him to. And then it was done. It was like their apology. And it really made me think, what are other ways that we can apologize? It doesn't just have to be "I'm sorry," but I've been so conditioned to say "I'm sorry" that I've lost touch with other ways of apologizing, other ways of rebuilding that connection. So I have a challenge for you. The next time you are in a situation where you feel the urge to apologize, I'm really curious if you would be willing to try feeling that sense of regret fully before saying those words. So instead of saying the words so that you can get relief, say the words from a place of really wanting to reconnect with the person and acknowledging what you wish could have been different. I think that so many of our apologies come from a place of wanting to relieve ourselves of an uncomfortable feeling, not from a place of wishing for that connection. So if you try that, I would love for you to come back, hunt down this video again, and share your comment, because I would love to hear about your experience in really feeling the full sense of apology. Or if you're on the receiving end of that full apology, how does it feel to have that person seem to really understand your perspective and connect with you and rebuild what might have been broken or hurt? Thanks for watching. I look forward to sharing more videos, and if you have topics that you'd like me to share or discuss or try, please send me a DM. I love chatting with new people, so